Hello and welcome to the Kindred Essence Tarot and to my latest reading, which is on what is this person really like? So what is your person really like, or what is that person really like? So it could be somebody in your life, it could be a significant person in your life, it could be somebody in the past, it could be somebody in the present. It's just someone. What are they really like? So I enjoy these deep dives, psychological deep dives. They're quite fascinating. So, yeah, so if you're curious about somebody and you want to know what they're really like, this is the reading, or this could be the reading for you. So, yeah, and I should add, I'm not diagnosing anybody, so I'm not sure even what's going to come up, the nuances of what's going to come up, but just putting that as a caveat, and yeah, this is for entertainment purposes only. And let us move forward with what are they really like. All right, pile one, what are they really like? Let us see. I'm very excited. The gold, what are they really like? Let's see. The Fool. Interesting. There's somebody who always likes to expand their horizons and ask why. So they've got an energy of moving forward, but they're like, they're basically, but they're also, it's like they're a very complex human being because they like to always be moving forward, but they're like they're it's like almost like if they have like 3 to 7 friends in their life, each friend will see them as something different, and it's almost like they're a very old and wise soul that has a lot of depth. If you look at this, you've got a lot of depth to this person. And so it's like, this is what I'm hearing with friend, they all would know them as a different, and it's like, it's not that they're two-faced, but it's just like they have so many different aspects of their personality, right? So this person is somebody who really likes to get to the bottom of things. And it's like they're almost magnanimous and friendly to all of humanity. That's what I see with the old woman. And it's basically, they're essentially, they have a different, like, they have a different perspective of love. If this is somebody that you're with, they have kind of a unique energy, and it's kind of because they're so unusual. They kind of like to fit into the world, so they basically have to have these different facades in order. It's like they've developed a very multifaceted like aspects of their personality in order to fit into the world, in order to fit into the world. They're basically they have yeah, and I'm just getting, they have a different view of love or friendship. It's almost like it's a different quality of love that they provide, that's kind of a little bit different than normal. And some people may be I'm hearing some people may not understand the quality of what they have to offer, because they're a little bit odd. They're a little bit odd. They're a little bit essentially a little bit, and people they don't really understand. Some people are a little bit suspicious of this person. Yeah, they're a little bit suspicious of this person because they don't quite understand them. But I think in most cases they have good intentions. So like what I'm hearing is this person is like, they're kind of unconventional, and because of that they have to they have kind of a social facade that I'm hearing in most cases is quite good. Like it's quite, it's very effective. Like they've kind of learned how to, and they wouldn't say it as being fake, and other people wouldn't either, but it's just like they just have so many different sides to their personality that it's like, it's essentially, but love, suppress love. Like people may think that this person like suppresses their love of other people, but they're really not. They just have a different energy, and they're very, very old. I'm hearing that they could actually be an ancient soul, very, very old, and because of that, it's like, okay, this is what I'm hearing. Interesting. because they're so old. It's sort of like they have all this, it's like they could actually have, I'm not going to say multiple personalities, but it's almost like multiple selves. It's like because they've had so much life experience in different incarnations and been so many different people, and it's kind of like they solidified these, like sort of the best energies of this incarnation, and they just, but enemy, interesting, I got foe and enemy. It's kind of like this person's, what I'm getting for that is that this kind of like this person's an enemy of like conventionality, but they know that they are, so they kind of have to act in a certain way of essentially like, and they sometimes they feel that they're in a prison because they kind of, their sides kind of make up for that. Like they've got a very versatile side to them. Like it's almost like they've got, you know how they say with like Geminis, they've got two sides. This person has got like 7 sides, even 9, up to 9 or 10 sides, mostly 7, and then I pulled 7 of Cups. This is exactly what I've like envisioning, 7 of Cups, kind of like they've just got so many different, and it's almost like they don't know how to perceive the world. It's like they like to move forward in the world with power and confidence, but they don't quite know how to perceive the world either, but they do. So this is a kind of a fascinating person. I don't think I dislike this energy. This is a positive energy. And yeah, this is a positive energy. Pile number 2. What do we have for this? We've got essentially, so we've got what is this person like? What is the, let's see, the World and the 10 of Wands. This is somebody who really, like, I'm hearing they really like to be in charge because they feel very like insecure is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing this is a very insecure person who really likes to control everything and hate. And I'm hearing people around them could actually be annoyed. I'm hearing hate is it too strong a word, but something right before it, kind of very annoyed by this person. They're kind of like, they're kind of like the tyranny, like they're kind of, and they may not mean to be, but they're kind of like the people are like stop enough from this person. And they may not necessarily be a bad person, but it's just kind of like they've really got some solidified, angry, controlling energy. Danger. Yeah, people feel endangered around this person. Like they want to be in charge, but they just don't know how to they don't know how to be around this person. They don't know how to be around this person, and it's just kind of people just find themselves being aggravated by this person's almost bullheaded, obnoxious energy, even though it's like based on a lot of insecurity that they may or may not, this person, but I just hearing that the reaction of this person is just so like they seem to have a lot of insensitivity, but it may not be like, it's just because this person has so many burdens. Like I'm hearing this person has a lot of burdens, and it's like they're trying to complete these projects, and they're trying to complete, but they just don't quite know how to do that. So they're basically obnoxious. You know, they're very obnoxious and melancholy, and they may feel melancholy. It's like what they feel, they make other people feel. Like they feel melancholy and out of control, so they make other people feel that way. And they're kind of pushy and belligerent, but it's basically a lot of insecurity that's making them, and like a lot of hopelessness. I feel a lot of negativity in this energy. Like yeah, a lot of negativity in this energy. Yeah. So I'm just, yeah, it's kind of a really, I'm feeling immense emotional pain. I almost feel myself being pushed back from this pile. So I'm gonna set the kind of be away from that energy now. But pile number 3. So what is your person or that person, whoever you're acquiring, what do they really like? Let's see. 9 of Swords. Well, worried. They're very worried. Page of Swords. This person really, they have a lot of emotional stuff, but they really, I'm hearing they really try and get away from it. They really try and like get away from their emotional energy, and they basically they try and expand. So this is a really an emotional avoider. They may even put themselves in like dangerous situations in order to avoid their, like, thinking like speed racing, to avoid their, like, people are like, why are they doing this? Yeah, it's like they kind of tie themselves to dangerous pursuits, and they kind of they're basically like money, and this person, they're kind of, I'm hearing making money is very to this person, because they like to expand and have a lot of adventures, but it's kind of like they're worried. They really don't like their dangerous situations, and they got priest, almost like adventuresome situations, and basically money and gift. So this person could have these random, really expensive gestures, but pleasure seekers. Yeah, real pleasure. It's like they really seek a lot of pleasure. I'm hearing they could be an ENTP personality, Myers-Briggs type, so melody, yeah. So it's like they kind of, they need to, I'm hearing they need to check themselves before they wreck themselves. And now I'm noticing this. This is kind of a jagged stone right here. It's like they need to check themselves before they wreck themselves. They remind me of like a rodent who's running into all these different situations. That's like it's like they need to have their head screwed on straight. And people may think that they're false. Are they false? I don't think. I think they're more just avoidant of their own. Like they may even read a lot, like a really heavy avoider. Like they can't relax because they basically fortune. Wow, money, fortune, and gift. So this person, it's like they want to, like, have as much money as possible, to have as much power as possible, to have as much energy to move forward into whatever project and energy they want as is possible. So this person, it's like they have this energy to expand, and yet they may want some sort of, it's like they've got all this disparate energies, but they kind of want some constancy as well. They kind of want some, like this constancy as well. They basically they kind of, it's like they kind of don't know what they want. That's the energy I get from them. They soldier. It's like they push themselves into all these situations, but they kind of need to sit down and reflect. They need to, because they can be kind of seen as frivolous by other people, and they would say, oh, I'm being just adventuresome, I'm just being what have you, but they're actually kind of a little bit toxic. Their behavior, although they may not want it to be that way, but their behavior is actually toxic, and but they don't want, it's like they're just kind of this squirrel. They remind me of a squirrel who goes everywhere, and they need to ground. I'm hearing this person, Page of Pentacles, they need to kind of ground. They need to ground and kind of check themselves before they wreck themselves. Interesting. Let's see what else. Pile number 4, Queen of Swords, Ace of Swords. So I'm hearing this person who has they're a really kind of hard-working person who has like a hard work ethic, and they always like to be moving forward. They could be a little bit insensitive. They could be a little bit insensitive. I'm hearing this person, they've kind of got a dark side too. Like they're kind of independent. They do their own thing, But then they've got the Queen of Swords and the Ace of Swords. So this person could be really, I'm hearing this person can be really nasty and insensitive, and also a like a stick in the mud, and really kind of insensitive. Probably not bad, or although they could be, but it's kind of like this person, they like to, is the kind of the type that's like works on their projects independently with the Eight of Pentacles and Nine of Pentacles, and almost to the point of being a slave. Like they're a real slave to their desires. They're a real slave to their desires. And then the Queen of Swords, like it's like they're working on their okay, I'm hearing it. The Eight of Pentacles, they're working on their project. They get really focused, and if somebody interrupts them, they'll cut them. They'll with their words or their boundaries. Like they're almost an afflicted person who's really afflicted to their desires. There's nothing wrong with having desires and goals, but it's almost like they're so controlling of that. They can't relax. They can't relax. And they're kind of maybe it's like this person has a difficulty with having needs and having feelings and everything. Like they have a hard time having needs and having feelings. And they're basically surprised. So servant, this feels like a servant slave. That's very significant. Like they really, and then surprised over here. So they're basically, they feel very afflicted to, okay, this is what I'm trying to say, is they feel very afflicted to what it is that they feel like they have to do. Like almost, it's like this self-imposed affliction. Like they have to do this thing. They have to, you know, or something. It's like they're gravely afraid that some misfortune will happen. But it's kind of like they're going to have a surprise when somebody gets like angry at them for their behavior. But they can't stop. They just need to soldier on. Like they've got something inside of them where they need to not stop and soldier on. And yeah. They need to stop or soldier on. And let's see, but they're very much like, they think that, okay, it's almost like they think that when they succeed, they'll be happy. So they're the type that will like work on something. It's like, what are you working on? And like they're the type, I just seen this image of somebody working on whatever it is, their career, their goal, and someone will be like, what are they doing? It's like, what are you working on? Like, stop it. And they'll be like, they'll be like, no, like they'll be like, F off, I've got something to work on. I want to be successful. Once I'm successful, then I'll come out and play. Like kind of a commandery workaholic or focused person. And then they can get really nasty when someone does something, but it's kind of, they may not even mean to be, or they may mean to be, but it's kind of like more, they're just a little bit like crusty and everything. And then let's go to pile number 5. Pile number 5. What is this person? The Tower. I'm hearing this person, they're kind of, this person, they kind of, they're kind of a mixed bag. And I'm hearing this person, sometimes, like, let's see, they're sort of somebody who's, let's see. The boss. Like, they like to be, with the Queen of Wands, they like to be the boss. But it's almost like their own life, their own domain. Like they don't like people playing games with them or with power play. They don't like people invading their boundaries or invading their space. Like this person really likes boundaries. Maybe because they have been, you know, invaded as a child in some way. Like this person, they feel like they have a lot of trauma, and yeah, they feel weary other people type thing. There's somebody who feels weary. It's like they give enough to keep like stuff running, but they kind of like, it's like they've had a lot of trauma, and it's kind of like they kind of like it's important for them to have their own power, and not to have people invade, not to have people threaten them. So they don't like people threatening them. So you may seem this person, they'll be fine, and then there'll be something will trigger them, and then they'll just become really like standoffish and invasive. It's kind of like they have this, like, it's kind of like they have this system to prevent the threats that they've endured. Like they've had like a lot of trauma and a lot of threats, a lot of threat and danger. Like this person, it's like they're constantly looking for danger. And it's kind of like they don't have a lot of stability, right? But they like to have an appearance of being fine too. So it feels that this person is anxious. They feel quite anxious. They may have some like hang-ups in various departments. Like they may have some the departments. It's like they're constantly, it's kind of like they have this internal manipulation system that prevents things from getting ugly. Like it's like they have this internal manipulation system that like keeps things from being ugly, and essentially it's very to ward off danger, it's like they want to constantly ward off danger. And because of that, it's like they can almost play games with other people, but it's not in the traditional sense. It's almost like the sense that this person, they need to feel safe. So they kind of have an elaborate way of being with people, but it's just basically to feel safe, because they've had a lot of ugly, like bad experiences with people. And it's kind of like they really like to feel safe. That's what they like to feel is, they like to feel safe. They may even have like a party persona in order to feel safe. Like it's just like they made like drinking to feel safe and everything. And it's kind of like, to feel safe. And, and they like to, they really like to feel safe. So it's kind of like this person, they kind of, their thought, like they have a lot of deep thoughts, and sometimes they don't know if other people will comprehend them. So they kind of need to, they don't want to be perceived as being too serious either. So it's kind of like they're almost the opposite. Like it's almost like they have reaction formation inside of them when someone is opposite. Like if they're in a situation where they feel unsafe, they'll act really safe, or in a situation where they feel sad, they'll act really happy. Like when they want something, they act like they don't want it. So it's like they have their whole personality feels like a reaction formation. So they'll act differently than what they really feel. And they're basically they're kind of I'm hearing it randomly. This person likes to give positive gifts and affirmations too. They like to like give positive I'm hearing this person, they're always, it's part of their way of feeling safe is to watch people all the time. So one thing you may notice is that this person, they give positive like gifts because they're always watching what people are like. So because of that reason, they give good gifts. So this person could be somebody who's quite attuned to the needs and feelings of other people, but it could be out of, sometimes it's a positive thing, but other times it's out of like unsafety, but they don't feel like a bad person, kind of an unsafe, damaged person. And they really like to have a sense of safety. They may kind of gravitate towards people or friends that make them feel safe. And yeah, they're kind of a complex bag of emotions, right? They're kind of a complex bag of different emotions that are kind of hard to define.